Yes, people. Hope you are doing well today. And then this evening, we are back on the Football Terrace with another episode of Six Sided, the only show, one of the main shows, the first show that started to give out questions that really challenges the panel. You know, I'm lying about that, we're not. But we love this show because that's what we do on here. We ask the hard questions, we ask the fictional fact questions here on the show, and we get down into the business with our questions. And we love that. We love that about the Football Terrace. We love that about the community, and we love that about our panel. So for today, people, I hope you are doing well, and we've got some interesting topics to talk about in there today. We're going to be talking about Chelsea. You know, obviously they lost to a carrier bag the other day. It peaked for them, but we want to talk about Romeo Lavia. We want to talk about Estevao and have a conversation about those two players specifically when we're talking about Chelsea. We're going to be talking about Liverpool. Are they back? Are they on the hunt for Arsenal? That is something we want to discuss today. We also got, obviously, Manchester United and Spurs playing on the weekend. Can Spurs extend their winning run against Man United to 5, which would be a crazy record for Man United to have, especially against this Spurs team who finished 17th or 8th. Where did they finish? 17th? Yeah, 17th last season. And Man United have been holding 5 L's against them potentially. That is something we don't want to see. And then for the last topic, for the last thing we want to be talking about, we will also be talking about, oh no, that's everything. Because Chelsea's the main talking point, apparently. But yes, guys, hope you are all doing well. Remember, you know what to do. You know what to do. Smash that like button, people. Remember to smash that like button and subscribe to the Football Terrace, people. Make sure that everyone is catching the vibes right now. You know what it is? I'm joined by a wonderful panel today. I've got man like Quest repping Chelsea. He's got things to answer for. He has things to answer for. Questions of his team are going to be asked today, and we're going to get his answers for that. We've got probably, okay, I don't know who to start. So in the group chat, we're now starting to see some kind of, I want to say bromance, because it's a bit more intimate than that. It's a bit more intimate than a bromance going on between these two down at the bottom here. We're starting to call them Ashton because
there is no we. I am not. There's no we involved in that.
Royal we.
And that is, we were calling them Ashton because those two bicker like an old married couple in the group chat about here, this, that, and everything. But obviously, we're going to start off with Ash. We've got Ash, the Newcastle fan, here with his hot takes and his big opinions. And last but not least, we have got Anton, who I think is probably the most confident Arsenal fan I've seen this entire season. Him and Positive Dan right now are neck and neck for the most confident Arsenal fans that I've seen.
And poor David had to sit through me and him together on the stream, and he almost was ready to die with our positivity.
But yes, gentlemen, how are we all doing today?
I'm amazing. Another win in the Champions League. Don't know if I can say the same about one team here. Well, one team definitely hasn't got a win in the Champions League. The other one, not going to talk about that. But hey,
the other one is top of the Champions League table, just like they are at the Premier League table. So,
yeah, hey, winners down at the bottom. But no, it's been good.
Yeah, we got to lift up. We got to lift up Quest's spirits a little bit. You know what I mean? He's been blowing in the wind recently, like carrier bags do. You know what I mean? Like he's just been.
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind.
Yeah. It's been peak for you. How are you, Quest?
I'm all right, man. To be honest, man, I've been a bit ill actually. I've been off work, so last couple of days, then my daughter's been ill, so actually I've been recovering. But it's all right because you guys are winning Champions League games and we win trophies. So I always just revert back to that. We could talk about that, KJ. I don't know about you two down there, though.
Hey, listen, we won a trophy
last season. Won last year. Man United won one 2 years ago. So the only person that doesn't know the taste of trophies in the last 5 years is only one.
Yeah, but we're about to indulge in trophies this season, so I'm good.
Proceeds of future or something.
You're gonna get that trophy rebate, I hear. Okay, right, guys, let's get straight into some asking of the questions. And you know what? I want to start with this first one because this is a player, this is a topic that I've been talking about in the group chat we've done for a while. And as much as I really like him, he's making it hard for himself to get a lot of support. And it's not necessarily his fault, but sometimes that's football. And it's fact or fiction. At £58 million, Romeo Lavia is the biggest flop in Premier League history. 10 injuries, 56 days out, and still not a single 90-minute game played for Chelsea.
Mm.
I'm gonna let you lot pop off first.
Bro, it's clearly fiction, man. Like, he's not even the biggest flop in Chelsea's recent history. Like, you can say Mudryk, what happened to him? Bro's flipping got an anti-doping flipping ban. He can't even play the game. He cost a lot more money. I'm going to say one name that I would love Quez's reaction to. Timo Werner.
No, he can't be more. Werner at least won a Champions League with them. You can't compare him to Lavia.
Bro, I am sorry. Timo Werner was absolutely stinky.
Yeah, but listen to the facts that he laid out about Lavia. You can't say the same thing about Timo Werner. Like, despite how you might think he played, most of the time being on the injury table is something that would definitely put him ahead of Lavia on that discussion.
What about Lukaku at Chelsea then? Wait, I'm just going to go.
Wait, look at, you know what? Okay, listen. So let me lay out the facts again. So 10 injuries, 568 days out. So that's coming up to 2 years. It's coming up to almost 2 years, him being out at Chelsea. Missed 87 games. And he's only played 29 times in 3 seasons. And has never completed a full 90-minute for Chelsea. Now, okay, so
it's interesting.
Yeah,
has to be a precedent for this. Like,
Look,
in terms of bringing everybody out.
I want to ask Crush a question. He may not be the biggest flop, but where does he actually rank for you in your flop list? I know Chelsea have had a few, but like, where does he rank? Is he top 10 or is he top 20? What we're talking about here? Because you are the Chelsea fan here.
Yeah, no, it's probably more top 20 than top 10. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I wouldn't even say Lavia's a flop. Like, because it would be one thing to be injured and when you come back, you add nothing. But when he comes back, he's one of our best players on the pitch every time he comes back. So that's what's really difficult with Lavia is like, specifically even the 2 Liverpool games we've played, when Lavia's played, he's more or less made the difference. So it's really hard. Like, I would be doing him a huge disservice to call him a flop. But I understand if you're trying to say for the amount of money, what he's offered to Chelsea, I can understand why someone might say it's a flop. But for me, it just a flop is somebody that you pay for. They offer you nothing. He offers so much. So even if he gives you 10 games a season, bro, I'll take them 10 games over. Like I say, like Werner used to literally give me like I used to feel like I was having a brain hemorrhage every time watching him. Like,
bro, he was shocking.
It's just frustrating, bro. He would dribble with his shin pads, like it was so jarring.
He was terrible, bro.
But like you say, he's won a Champions League, so
if I say that's a Champions League winner there. Even though Lukaku was poor, and I think one of Chelsea's biggest flops, he still helped you win a Super Cup. You know what I mean? Like he's involved in something. Here's my thing. What annoys me about Lavia, because he is, like you say, he is so good when he's on the pitch. He's a player that when Liverpool were linked to him, when you were linked to him initially, I was like, damn, like this is a player that Man United should be going for. Young, super talented on the ball, really combative, like strong, quick. If you want a DM for the next 10 years, you would have thought Lavia's the guy. But here's my thing about not calling him a flop. If these were other players, as talented as they may have been, they would have got that tag. I think it's because we like Lavia as a player. It's like, yeah, let's just try and find a way to not call him that. But if you look at the hard facts, people like you could, guys. almost 2 years, 29 games. When Mason Mount was there and he delivered a Champions League for Chelsea, they were costing him off because of his injury record.
Do you know why I don't agree with that though? So Lavia, if Lavia comes back, well, when he comes back, I think he'll fit back in the squad and he'll play very well. Granted, he may get injured again, but the problem is, what I think really defines a flop is a player that costs a lot of money and they bring you nothing and just lose money. I think Lavia over the foreseeable future will have sell-on value if he gets to that, or he'll come back and fit and be a main staple part of Chelsea's sense as a CDM. I think they're just missing that, because if you like, to me, I would define him like much bigger flop than him, like Anthony at Man United was like, his price tag, what was it, like 80 to 90 million or whatever it was,
85 million pounds.
Yeah, and then obviously
he helped us win a Carabao Cup and knock out Barcelona in the Europa League.
Yeah, but it's like how much you guys ended up getting for Anthony. It's like I think there are much bigger flops, and I think Lavia, yeah, you can probably say over the last 3 seasons has definitely had problems. 100%.
I'd say Angel Di Maria to Man United also is a bigger flop than Lavia. I thought Di Maria can be one of the best players in the world. It was nothing.
And do you know who, like, one of the biggest flops that never gets spoke about as well? Joe to Man City over 10 years ago. That man was a flipping stinker. It was like their club flipping record signing. He was an absolute stinker, and he does not get enough flipping hate for that.
Hey, Calvin Phillips, Jack Rodwell, bro, these are flops.
Yeah,
because
Radamel Falcao. We all thought he was one of the best strikers in the world of football.
He was. That 2 year spell in England did not help him whatsoever.
Yeah.
I would say someone like Calvin Phillips, that's a definitive flop, because it'd be the same with Grealish. Like, loads of people could say Grealish's like goal tally didn't bring a lot to Man City, but he was actually he was helpful to Man City in their biggest like trophy haul season. So I couldn't say he was a flop, even if I didn't like how he played, regardless. Do you know what I mean? But I just think the problem with Lavia is, I mean, especially whoever phrased this question, wherever you are on social media right now, you deserve to be flogged. Biggest flop in Premier League history is insanity.
I don't think it's Premier. I agree with you there. I agree. I think
that's totally fiction. I think it's totally fiction. Yeah. I can't be putting him in that. I think it's a little bit unfair. I mean, I know I'm someone who preaches availability as a very important thing, but I mean, for me, it's expectation versus reality, and I didn't really have high expectations for Lavia in the first place. Like we saw him; he's like a youth player from Southampton. He barely even put together like huge seasons for other places for us to judge him that way. We're in the modern era. People pay a lot of money for potential, and that's the unfortunate thing. But
that's the issue is money. That exactly what you're talking about there, Anton. Money is the problem in the modern era, and like I said, I would love to hear from you three. What do you think Lavia over the next few years could be worth 58 million? Is he going to get back to full fitness? No. Could he have sell-on value? How much is he going to lose?
I mean, the good thing is he's young, so that is on his side. So there's a potential for him if somehow he gets over the injury.
I'm sorry, as much as I like him and he's got a lot of talent, there is no way Chelsea are recouping that 58 million pounds for Lavia. He might go for 30.
I'll take 30.
I think 30 is good. 20 to 30 million. Maybe a team in Spain or Italy, somewhere where you can say, like, listen, it's the weather, mate. You know what I mean? The weather is affecting your body. It's the way the physical game is affecting your body. Come over here. We can look after you differently, feed you better food. Like you can change your lifestyle and your body will be better. Because we've seen it with many players. Their body breaks down in one country, they move to another. It's like they've never had an injury in their life. And you're just like, what the hell's happened here? So I think I can see a team abroad doing that. But I can't see 58 million pounds being recouped. So when you said that before, I was like, what is the guarantee that happens? And what is the guarantee he doesn't even break into this Chelsea team? They've already got Caicedo. They've already got Enzo. They bought Estevao? Usogo. Great on FM. One of my favorite players on FM I've ever had. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they bought in him. You guys will always be buying midfielders, apparently. You know? So is there a chance Lavia even is on the way of being phased out already. With the signings, this is the way that people are with the signings that you make.
I mean, it's smart business. You're not going to just sit there and wait for him. You got to have somebody in the pipeline. Otherwise, you're just being...
Look, even if he is getting phased out, he'll have game time with the likes of Champions League, the likes of EFL, FA Cups, all that sort of stuff going forward. He'll have games to play, and if he ends up getting phased out, a team will come in and buy him for the likes of 30 to 40 million, because that's still a good sign if he's fit. And
the tricky part is the if he's fit part, because if I'm a buying club, you know, I need to know that I'm getting a player who's available for me to invest any money.
Listen,
if people just blindly invest money without doing any
Anton,
research.
No, that's not true. It's not true.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think
what did Liverpool just do? What did Liverpool just do?
Mad.
130 million on Isak that missed 39 games over the last 3 seasons.
So that's one I'm excited for a question for in a year's time.
Come on, bro. 39 compared to what 87 in the same amount of time.
You know, it's a lot. It's a lot, but I'm saying is you can't just say you're not going to invest in players. Like,
no, but
of injury records.
But at least no. Ash, I get what you're trying to say, but at least when Isak was fit, he was fit for an extended period of time. He completed multiple 90 minutes for Newcastle and was one of the best strikers in the league. Even when Lavia has been fit, we've seen he's got talent, but he hasn't finished the 90. We can't sit there and say he is the best midfielder in the league, one of the best midfielders in the league. You can't.
Right,
it's
a bit,
at the moment, it's hard for him to break through into Chelsea starting 11.
Nah,
like,
it's not.
You put him over Caicedo and Enzo.
No, listen, trust me, because this is the thing about Lavia. For Maresca, he's one of Maresca's most important players. Immediately, he's even 60% fit. Maresca will put him back into the side because he offers something even Caicedo don't. It's like literally like it's like.
So we're saying here that Caicedo is better than not Caicedo. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you said it
is
right.
better than
Don't
Caicedo.
I
didn't say it right. Caicedo is better than Lavia, but
yeah. Well, Caicedo is definitely better than Lavia. What I'm saying.
Yeah, but do you know why? Do you know why he'll get back into the Chelsea squad? Because, bro, their discipline does not exist. So one of the CDMs are just going to get a red card, and then he'll be in the next game.
You know, to be fair,
off the rails, am I wrong?
Is because that is one of his sons. Remember, Maresca has got Delap, Cole Palmer, and Lavia. Those are his children.
Right.
Those are his children from Man City when he was there.
That's what I'm saying. So he's gonna play 110%.
I don't know. I don't personally. I just don't think Lavia will see more than 5 games in a row.
But the question is he the biggest flop in Premier League history? That's the question.
No, that is. I don't know how Terry found this question. I don't know if he said it or someone else said it. But yeah, the answer to that is fiction. Right, guys, I want to go to some of your comments here, and then we are going to move on to the next topic here. We've got Wally Wilder says this is about Mason Mount. We were cussing him off because he demanded high wages like a muppet, KJ. But I also do distinctly remember Chelsea fans cussing about his injury record as well. Maybe it goes hand in hand. Maybe how can you be demanding when you can't even see pitch, all these things. But if his injury record wasn't a problem, then that wouldn't come up. So it was definitely something that you guys spoke about. Sam says a flop is a flop. So he's trying to say there's no extra context.
I don't think we're disputing if he's a flop. It's just, is he the biggest flop in Premier League history?
We're disputing whether he's a flop. He's not a flop. He's not a flop. A flop would be somebody we bought that never plays for us at all. And when he does,
I think he just described that. I think what KJ described was a player who doesn't play for you at all. Nearly 2 years without touching pitch.
He does play for us, and when he plays, he's one of our better players on the pitch. But it's hard. I get that it's hard for you because you don't watch Chelsea. Right. I'm telling you now, when he plays, he's one of our best players. There's a reason why Maresca keeps bringing him back into the squad. There's other players Maresca's had for 2 years now. He's not vying for them to be one of the starters in the team.
Here's a question for you. Sorry, just to make it, because since Sam is
Abu Dhabi.
So since Sam is a Manchester United fan, like myself, I'm going to ask you guys a question. Was Edison Cavani a flop at Man United?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking all 3 of you.
Yes.
See, if that is the case, if he was a flop, then Lavia was a flop.
See, I'm not sure I would have said Cavani was a flop because part of what I also think contributes to being a flop here is circumstances. Like, if the club has given you everything you can possibly need to thrive and you don't, then that's more of a flop to me. Like, I would say Jadon Sancho United was a flop. He was given everything
Chelsea,
he could.
flop.
No, not at Chelsea. What are you doing? You always go left, bro. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? How is Sancho at Chelsea not a flop?
Bro, he came and scored in a final for us, bro. He scored multiple important goals for us. He just didn't score a lot of goals. But he scored multiple important goals. Spurs away, he scored.
You're saying an attacking player doesn't score many goals at all, which is what you buy him for, is not a flop.
Oh.
Yeah, because not a lot of wingers do that.
Big up Tevin. Big up Tevin because that is a great one.
I'll come to that. Don't worry about that. I see it. I've started it already. Don't worry.
That's like saying, but buying a defender and he starts scoring own goals or just doesn't defend. Is that not a flop now? Because that's literally what you brought them in to do.
Well, yeah, but the difference with Sancho is we were gonna buy him again. The only reason we didn't is because he wanted astronomical wages to pay for, allegedly, his clientele list. So
no, not clientele. He's not not his clientele.
Sorry, he's the client.
He's the client for the services. He had extra crucial services.
And we said,
I've got another good comparison, by the way, to this Lavia thing and ask. Do you think that, because Abu Diaby, do you think he was a flop at Arsenal? Because he was a player that was supposed to be the next Vieira, and he missed more than, I don't know how many days out he missed for Arsenal. But every time he was a great player. Every time he played, he was critical for what Arsene Wenger wanted to do, and then he couldn't maintain. He couldn't maintain.
If your
so you think Diaby was a flop at Arsenal?
No, I'm saying if your manager thinks,
I want to know what Ash thinks about that.
He is critical to you, and you're critical to part of his team. You're not going to be a flop. You're never going to be you can't be a flop unless he thinks that, and you never play. Or you come on the pitch and you're getting red carded all the time or all sorts of madnesses. Cool, then I hear it. But if you're playing and you're actually contributing to the team and your manager thinks you're very important, there's no way you can be a flop to the team, bro. It's not possible.
Here's a question as well. So with this idea of injuries, does it matter if you perform when you're not injured? Does that still make you a flop if you have too many? Would you consider Jesus a flop at Arsenal?
Yes.
Yeah, because expectation-wise, he's not lived up to it.
Yes, he was.
I
mean, at one point, though, he obviously at the start he was before.
Yeah.
Before.
Did he score like in preseason?
Let me land. I literally
everyone was like, "Look at him, we've got Gabriel and flipping."
No, wait.
Land, bro.
Oh my God! He uses the word preseason. Prior to the World Cup,
at the start
in the 2022 World Cup, right in Qatar. Prior to that, he was Arsenal's best player upon signing. He was, when he went out, people were like, "Holy crap! How are we going to replace him?" We were going to the January window trying to buy Mudryk and guys like that are desperate to buy someone to replace him. Like, we thought we were done. Now, big up to Eddie, he stepped in, but Jesus has dropped off the map since then. Like, he can't stay available. But every time he plays, he's electric. He's amazing to watch. But then he pulls up again with an injury when we need him the most. And if you can't rely on someone like that, he's almost like dead to you at that point. That's why we put Kai Havertz at striker. That's why we bought Victor Gyökeres. The original idea was Jesus came up with the Emirates, like posing like Jesus at the top of the Emirates on the roof, whatever you call that area, the stand. and what is he to us now? Like, he was a flop. If you're not available, you're not available.
No, fair enough. This is an interesting point. He was never a flop when he was bought. That was our level for what we needed. Now he's a flop. Interesting. Terrace Tibbs says, just because you win things don't mean you're not a flop. That is true. I think
he's contributed to winning, then you're not a flop.
Well, Jadon Sancho contributed to Man United winning a Carabao Cup, and we still say it's a flop.
There's too many ways out of it, man. Because even you could say about like Ledley King, like Harry Redknapp said on multiple occasions, Ledley King was injured. Like, he couldn't play. Man had one knee, but when he played, he was the best player on the side. So it's not just about your availability, bro. It's like what you bring to the team, man.
Yeah, we could go on.
He's back in training.
Sorry, guys, we can go on and fun this for a while now, but
Yeah.
we need to move on. Thank you guys for your contributions in the comment section. We'll keep going to your live comments as the show goes on. Next question, guys. Next question. Before we do that, remember to like the stream, share the stream out to everyone not on the show right now, and remember to subscribe to the Football Terrace. Right, next question. Now I'm gonna go down the list. I'm gonna pick this one just to get it out the way, because as much as I love my team, talking about them can be exhausting right now in this current state of my club. So I'm just gonna get it done out the way. Oh, we got a super chat before we do that. Actually, he wasn't a flop. He's just injured. What a stupid idea. Is a painter a failure because he gets arthritis?
That's a mad.
Wait, but
That's a madness.
I don't know.
who are we talking about?
They're talking about Jesus.
think
By
they're
the way,
talking
that
about
Jesus comment has had the chat on flames. They're going
Yeah,
mad
yeah,
right
that
now.
Jesus comment. Yeah. I mean,
I just think the very fact with Jesus, the very fact that you then replaced him with Havertz, then replaced him with Marino, and now replaced him with
Gyökeres.
says like he's not a flop, yeah, but he's flopped. Do you get it? That's what's difficult. It's a semantics thing.
Yeah.
Let's move on, bro. I didn't even pay.
Oh, I've never heard that. I've never heard that before. Is a painter
That's
failure because
sick.
he gets arthritis?
Well, yeah. If you're a painter with arthritis, you're pretty useless, aren't you? So
Yeah, and you might have had a 40-year career as a painter. As soon as you get arthritis, you're a flop, mate.
It's
Like,
a wrap.
you just finished. Your career don't mean nothing. All right, next question is fact or fiction? Tottenham Hotspur will make it 5 wins in a row against Manchester United this weekend, breaking a record that dates back to 1920. Is there another bad record on the horizon for Ruben Amorim and Manchester United to be broken this weekend against Spurs away? Ash, you're laughing, so I'll come to you first. What do you think?
In the nicest way, I've said this and I keep on saying this. I think Man United are doing and will continue to do much better than what people are thinking. And I think they're going to smash Spurs in this game. Spurs are having an absolute honker again. Listen, what you
I'm just watching. Don't worry, I'm watching.
it's
bro.
true.
I'm
It's just because just because I say certain things doesn't mean that I've
Watching
not
closely.
said Man United have been
I'm
winning.
watching
I
closely.
predicted Man United to win against Liverpool. What happened? I said 2-1. They won. I just predict these things sometimes. And like I've said, they lost the other day to Chelsea. Lost to us 2-0. It's like they're just not doing that well. If I'm going to be honest, I think they've had a great start to the season, and I think they're now coming back to how people thought they were. People seem to forget they finished 17th last season. Yes, they're now in the Champions League and they're going to be struggling to do Champions League and Premier League because the squad's going to be a bit stretched. I just don't think they're going to be able to put up numbers against Man United, especially not having the likes of James Maddison. I think them not having him is a big loss. Obviously, he got an ACL injury against us in pre-season, of all things. So, yeah, if I'm going to be honest, I think Man United win this, and I think it's going to be another Mbeumo masterclass. Mbeumo and Diallo, again, it's going to be that partnership that you're going to see that's going to bring Man United challenging up for the Europa League and maybe even pushing 5th or 6th spots, to be fair. So, yeah, I think
I believe I'm sitting here agreeing with Ash. This must be a new thing. And I can tell you now I don't disagree with you purposely on everything. Like, I totally agree. First of all, what evidence of recent form is to say that Spurs will smash up Manchester United? In Copenhagen, mate, like, for me, I don't even count that at all. I don't like anybody who's being like, oh wow, Spurs smashed up Copenhagen is literally up at nights like worrying about Tottenham is ridiculous. I'm sorry. Like, look, I think this shitting on United for no reason is I don't get it, because I think United, despite a draw against Nottingham Forest, despite that, they have been doing much better than season. They're on an upwards trajectory right now. And Tottenham, I can't say the same for them. Like they just last week slipped up to Chelsea, right? So Nah. And by the way, the fact when people start saying stuff like this, generally what happens is the exact opposite. And I think that Man United will not just beat Tottenham, but they will beat them comprehensively.
Oof. Wow, comprehensive. Wow. I don't know where I land, man. I think this is a little more grey. Like, I don't think Man United will lose this game, right? I can't see them battering Spurs. Like, the Newcastle game was more telling for me than the Chelsea game, because that's just one of those fixtures. It's like Arsenal United at the start of the season, right? Arsenal go there. Theoretically, in the run of form that Man United were coming off the back of last season, Arsenal should go there and beat them 7-0. But it's United Arsenal. Like, that's just a fixture that brings up those weird results. Same thing with Chelsea Spurs. Spurs can be on a run of 6 games. We'll meet them at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and they'll hand over the rights to their whole lives. I don't know what it is with Spurs. They just do that every season. So I don't look at that result as a big deal at all. Then for me, you've gone Champions League, Copenhagen or no Copenhagen. You beat them 4-0. And after the drama, you'd think, this could see them on like a downhill trajectory. Like, you're ignoring your manager, all this. But they come back and got it back in blood in a real way. Shout out to Aaron the Plumber. They stuck it on Copenhagen. And yeah. and that goal by Van der Ven, yeah.
Right.
Listen, I think he might be like top 3, top 4 defenders in the Prem right now. You know? I'm not
okay, listen.
I rate him. I'm just saying. Don't get hung on it. Don't get hung on it.
No. Okay, I have to pause. Pause. We have to pause the thing. Pull up the track. Pull up the tune. Hold on.
I do.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
I was literally about to say, you know what? This is why PMP is probably the greatest attribute in football. I'm sorry. He did that to Copenhagen. What can they do? There's no amount of tech. There's no amount of football IQ that can stop a man just blitzing you for pace.
Bro,
it's
foul
beautiful.
him.
But is he actually top 5? Well, you said top 3. You said top 3.
I think he could be top 3. I'm not even gonna lie
Top
to you.
3.
I do.
Behind Gabriel and Saliba.
Gabriel Saliba, is he better than Van Dijk?
Van Dijk, no way.
But for instance, right, I like in my head, if you had Van Dijk right hand side, Van der Ven left hand side, I don't even think this league would be a competition. I swear down, genuinely, because I just think his attributes. Yeah.
So by that logic, he's top 4, not top 3.
Okay, I did say maybe. So have that one, Anton. Congratulations. Here's a sticker on the suite. My point is this, yeah. My point is this, right? Is his actual attributes as a defender. I don't think we're seeing it in anybody else in the league. The only person maybe comparable is maybe Saliba in terms of speed, in terms of like his ability to score goals from set pieces or outside of set pieces, his strength, his reading of the game. Bro, the Chelsea game may have made him look a bit like a sucker, but that's Chelsea. It's that fixture's weird. Anyway, you don't got me off my point is this. I'm more likely to lean towards a draw than I am to see any team win this game. Because, yes, it's a fixture Spurs have won, but right now, they aren't in the best run of form. I just can't see United going there and spanking them. So I'm going to say a draw. People are saying can't defend like this team's not third in the league. Like, what are we doing here? I know they've had a bad run.
They're not
third.
You've just said they've basically
only conceded 8 goals in the league.
Bro,
I'm
you
not third.
basically
Sorry.
just
They're
said-
sixth in the league. But I mean,
You
like they
basically
were
just
third.
said they have the best defense.
Only conceded 8. That's cute.
Yeah. 8 is good. Only defending. Sorry, I meant sixth. I said third because last weekend they started third. But they've only conceded 8 goals. Let's not act like Tottenham are shipping. They're not. They're not shipping goals. They just can't score.
We just scored 2
That's
against
more
them.
than double the goals we've conceded this year.
Listen, everyone can concede. I'm not saying Spurs have an indestructible defense. I'm not saying Van der Ven is the best defender the Premier League's ever seen. I'm just saying in terms of his actual attributes, this guy is bro. I generally think.
You know what? It's clear as daylight to see that Quest it's been a long time since he's seen a decent defender at his football club.
Do you know what's crazy? Do you know what's crazy there? I think you bring up a point about them only conceding 8 goals or whatever. You have seen who they've played against, right? They've probably played against the easiest competition out of nearly every Premier League club. Burnley.
But
I mean,
what
apart
does
from the
that
Man City
mean,
one.
man? Everyone's
Let,
gonna
let, me-
concede.
let's verify that real quick.
Burnley, Man City was the hardest one. So they had Burnley, Man City, Bournemouth, West Ham, Brighton.
Wait. Slow down. Burnley,
Okay.
you can have.
Burnley, Man
Right.
City,
Man City, you're gonna concede, bro.
West Ham. When West Ham got a red card, this was right at the start of the season when they were honking. Oh, at Bournemouth before that, sorry. So Bournemouth, West Ham,
Bournemouth will score goals.
Brighton.
Brighton will score goals.
Yeah, it was 2-2 against Brighton.
Yeah.
Wolves.
Yeah, okay, fair. That one
Leeds.
you can have. Okay, Leeds score goals. They do score goals.
Villa.
Back to one against Arsenal. I lie?
Yeah, Villa.
Villa scored. Come on, you're acting like Villa's a trash team.
No, I didn't say the trash team. I mean, the teams that you're saying are scoring goals have, like Villa beat them 2-1. Everton.
Listen, let's not get hung up on the Van der Ven thing, man.
No, but I'm saying
No,
is
no,
you're
no, no.
talking.
You're talking now. We're talking about the 8 conceded part.
Oh,
but here's
okay,
the thing.
okay.
To be fair,
listen.
okay, look, I will give them the 8 conceded because if we look at the league table, obviously Arsenal are absolutely killing it with 3 goals conceded all season. But Man City have only conceded 8. Sunderland have only conceded 8. Spurs with them as well. Crystal Palace, who's known for the defensive ability, is on 9. And if you look in contrast, Bournemouth conceded 14, Liverpool conceded 14, Chelsea 11. Hey, this is what I'm worried about for Man United. We've conceded 16 goals.
Mazza.
Yeah, 16. So we've got more than double goals conceded in Spurs. So I do think Quest has a point about their defense. I think it's been structurally as a team, they're not leaking goals as much.
Yeah, I think that's true. I do think that. I think that Thomas Frank has made a massive difference in that. I mean, but
they've got structure.
But I just think it's more about using Man United as a whipping boy, and you see Man United's on the schedule. Oh, and then we're gonna smash them. And I just think that they're under that type of comment. Whoever's made that comment is clearly underestimating you, and I think it's a little bit disrespectful.
I just think it's going to be a very end-to-end game. If I'm going to be honest, I think both teams are going to be constantly going up and down the pitch, and I think that's what's going to make it be a very much a goal-heavy game. So
I will admit, I am stressed about this game. For some reason, over the years, Spurs is a match that I don't really enjoy. I don't enjoy playing against Spurs. Man United fans like to pull on this whole thing where Fergie at halftime, we're down 2-0 at halftime, said, lads, come on, it's Spurs. And we're going to smash them 5-2. I know we live on that. But we haven't beat Spurs since 2022, I believe. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. For people, when it came to the Europa League final, people thought, oh, there's no way Man United could lose to Spurs in a final, let alone a European final. We've lost to them 3 times in a row. So the law of averages someone literally said, law of averages say we're going to beat Spurs this time. They were saying that last time in the Europa League final. With this Man United, this is what I'm worried about with this Man United team. Anything is possible. I did not think I would ever see Manchester United lose to Grimsby, get knocked out to Grimsby in the Carabao Cup, but we did that. You know, I never thought I would ever lose to Spurs in a final, and we've done that. So this is what worries about this team. I know we're on a good run. Listen, against Forest, we wasn't at our best, but we still came over a point. We could have won at the end with Ahmad, but it was a block at the end. You can't be too mad at that. But we need to remember this Man United team was still the ones that finished 15th last year. Still the ones that a couple of weeks ago, like a month ago, was getting slapped up by Brentford. You know what I mean? Like that happened.
It's also the one that beat Liverpool.
It was.
So if they're capable of going to Anfield and beating Liverpool, then why not go to?
Yeah, but KJ, you've also got to play devil's advocate there and be like, you're saying you finished 15th. Spurs finished 17th.
Yeah,
they've got the Champions League. You guys don't even have. Obviously, you guys got knocked out of the League Cup by bloody Grimsby. So you've got a. You guys are not playing during midweek and stuff. You've got time to be able to prepare for games. So you'd think you guys should be playing better on these on these games because whereas like sort of Spurs are playing midweek, they do play midweek, and it's against Champions League. It's playing against good competition, so they're going to be feeling it. I think people need to understand. Yep, Spurs has started the season well, but it's going to start going worse for them. Just because the likes of people that they're going to be playing against, and they're going to have tired
I know
legs.
what Ash is doing here. This is you're plotting Newcastle going above Spurs at some point in the season. That's what you want.
Of course we are. Listen, if we finish below Spurs this season, we've had a terrible season.
Oh, well, I think that's too much disrespect, man.
So yeah, we will see. I think this is fiction. The question. I don't think we will lose to Spurs. I think it will be a draw. Because going into like in the run that we've had, this is the one game where I was like, you know what? In the 5 games going on this whole 5 in a row win thing, if we were going to drop points, it would be Spurs, and I wouldn't be surprised. So I'm open to this game dropping points. So
well, actually, according to the odds, Man United are the favorites for the game.
But listen, odds also say that
Yeah, but
you shouldn't do X, Y, and Z.
bro,
But things happen.
odds is all about where people are putting their money on. That's not about fact.
No, but that gives you an indicator of how the people feel about
Yeah,
this.
exactly. And if everyone's putting their money on a certain team,
it's close. Like it's not like by a huge margin. It's very, very close.
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. So I think it will be a draw. I can see us winning. I could also see us losing, and it's just a 50-50. It's a coin toss for me because remember we're bagging on Spurs, but Man United and Spurs are on the same amount of points. So if Man United are having a good season, considering where we are, then we've got to say the same for Spurs because they
both are.
So
that's what I'm saying.
The wording of this question is almost blind to think that Man United are having a terrible season and Tottenham are having a good season, so therefore Tottenham will go ahead and beat Manchester. That's kind of like the tone of the question, whoever posted it, and that's more what I'm attacking. It just feels a little bit disrespectful, where you've just broken it down and your seasons are more like for like.
I think there's more chance of Man United taking 3 points from this game than Spurs. That's how I see it.
That's fair enough. Guys, in the comment section below, let us know what you're thinking. I've got some comments I want to get to, then we'll move on to the next question. Nobby here says Spurs will turn up against Man United as Spurs will turn up against Man United as they have 4 good players. That's it. Spurs have 8 good players and the rest are rubbish. So Spurs have
Who's the 8?
Spurs have 8 better players than Man United.
Porro, Van der Ven.
Remember, people say Romero.
Xavi, maybe.
Romero, maybe. What is that?
Simmons.
Is Udogie
Simmons probably not, but you probably wouldn't put Simmons over Bruno.
No,
I don't know. I think United's got the. I think
you got very
squad.
similar.
I'm not.
You got very. It's very similar. I don't think it's like.
No, I'd still say that that Tottenham have a little bit of a better squad than United.
Mohamed Kudus definitely is up there.
I think Mbeumo and Kudus are like stylistically very different, right? But
they are.
In terms of output, Mbeumo is clear.
Oh yes.
And I love Kudus, but he's clear. So he's peak. Striker for striker, Richarlison or Benjamin Šeško, right now, they're basically the same person. They may as well do a jump.
Wait. What did you just say?
Damn, that's crazy, bro. Don't let it get KJ.
I didn't hear that clearly. Let me just hear it again.
I'm just saying, right now, in terms of output, Šeško and Richarlison are basically the same.
Yeah, no. Forget the output thing.
Yeah,
we know the level. We know the level. We know the argument altogether. No. We know the level on output.
Yeah,
who do you think's better? Stop this. Who do you think's better, Šeško and Richarlison?
As a striker, Šeško. I think Šeško.
There we go. That's the conversation. That's all we need to say.
The one you got to watch is Brendan Johnson. In the summer, I was screaming this pause. I was screaming this guy's name. Pause. Yeah, big pause.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's so crazy. You said it twice. You were saying his name twice. Jesus Christ.
Jeez. He's the one to watch. I'm telling you, he's the danger man, I'm not gonna
So you got a red card in the Champions League. Red cards in the Champions League only apply in the Champions League.
Yeah, in the Champions League.
Doesn't
Yeah,
count.
only the champ.
So it's only
you got
but
rest,
League
but-
Cups carries over, doesn't it, to Prem?
Yeah,
does
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Oh,
League
yeah,
Cup
no, yeah,
comes
League Cup.
over,
The
yeah.
League Cups do, yeah, and FA Cups sometimes do as well. But yeah, someone told me that we're not on the same points. We're literally on the same points with the exact same record of 5 wins, 2 draws, and 3 losses. So we're on the same points. Yeah, Tevin, listen, AO, yeah, big AO there, right there from Quest.
Tevin's been on my back since we started the show, bro. Relax, bro.
Again, pause again, flipping hell, bro.
Pause.
Draw or Man United win, in my opinion. I don't think Spurs squad has it. Okay, we say
Yeah,
it's very
I
split
think
That's
in the
spot
that's
on.
what I think that's what a lot of us think as well.
Yeah.
Chelsea fans hyping up mid players the new normal. When he was talking about Van der Ven there, top 3 is
Let's
mad.
not get back into it. Let's not get back into it.
Spurs and United.
Yeah. Sometimes, Quest, you gotta think like, who are the best 3 centre backs? Is he ahead of them, and then make the comment?
You know what? Anton, actually, no, Quest, don't have it from this guy.
This is what I mean.
From this guy down here.
No, I'm very calculated.
Performance.
Have you noticed that the things I say aren't ridiculous? They end up coming true. It's because I'm calculating.
He scored like 6 goals this season.
Bro,
I sit there and I'm calculating the calculations of the cornbread before I come out and I
asked
say
you the other
something.
day.
I don't just
is
say it.
Arsenal- I asked you the other day, is Arsenal winning the treble this season? You said yes.
I said no. I said no. Do not rewrite
Wait, don't
history.
you get
You
him
played on
started,
the
Ash?
tape.
Yes, you did.
He was on last week's show. I said no.
I said
we're winning. I said we're winning the Premier League and the
and the
Champions League.
Champions League.
But I did not say we're winning the treble. That's
No,
that is not what I said.
He did say
No,
double.
he said that he's. Yeah, he didn't say you're winning treble. He didn't say
he said double.
Thank you.
He said double. He said double.
Yeah,
Right,
no, I
guys.
I have witnesses.
Yeah, you smash that like button, people. You know what it is. Make sure you subscribe to the Football Terrace. We're having a wonderful show. Over 1.5k of you guys watching right now. So we love to see it. So we want to see those likes go up. Come on now, people. Come on. You know what it is. Let's do this. Right. Hope you're all having a wonderful time, because I know I am. I'll take my sip and my water splashes in my eye. That is not good.
Oh.
We got another question for you guys here. And it's going to be, we're spinning the block. We're going back to Chelsea. We're going back to Chelsea. And I don't know which one to go with. Okay, no, I'll do it in semi-order, right? I'll do it in semi-order. Fact or fiction, yeah? Let me timestamp for this for the people then. Fact or fiction? Estevao could be one of the greatest wingers we've seen in the Premier League, and it is going to be a matter of time that he proves it.
Why are we doing this?
Come on, Quest.
Like this is so unfair to this young man that we're asking this question week after week. But go for it, Quest.
Fact, man. It's a fact. It's a fact.
It's not unfair.
Saka couldn't do it. Anybody can. No, don't worry. I'm not. Relax. I can see the whole chat go crazy. Just relax. No, listen. I think he can be.
Can we do this whole segment without saying the name Bukayo Saka? By the way, I would love to try that.
Oh no, that's not happening. It will be brought up. So just let
it's
you know.
It's gonna come up, but don't worry. I won't pair them. Don't worry. Listen, I think he can be one of the best players the league has ever seen. I just think he's got it. I think he's just got that star quality, man. We were talking about it a little bit before, but like when if anybody watched CBS this week, you would have seen Bale talk about. He said like football's not got these players that get you up on your feet. He said football's like it's not got them anymore. Like it's very few and far between. And when I see Estevao play, yeah, this is why I think we talked about it similarly a couple of weeks back, and it was very hard to articulate what we meant by natural ability. It's hard to explain, but when you watch him, you understand. Like it's in the details. Like even watching him against Karabag, right? The game yesterday. There's one moment where he's standing him up, he's dragging it, and just on a dime, on a sixpence, cuts it back onto his left, fizzes it back into Fernandes, and creates a chance out of nothing. People don't understand how difficult it is to do that as a player. Like, to stop your motion completely and start again is incredibly difficult. There's so many things that he does, but like for me, what I just appreciate is I don't feel like I have to talk too much about it because I'm seeing him do it week by week. Like he's already become probably one of our best, like top 5 players in our team already. And like I know what people say, yeah, it's not hard. Yeah. No, it actually is quite difficult to be one of the top players in the Chelsea team where we're not at our best right now. And so for me, I think he's already eclipsed Neto. I think he's already eclipsed the legacy of what Madueke did last season. He's already eclipsed Sancho and Gittins. I mean, they're struggling on that side, so fair play. But he's one of our most creative, dangerous players.
This is the bar that you set for him. Like Madueke, Sancho, and Gittins.
Okay, but can I just say this then? Yeah, it's not fair for you lot to say I can't bring up Saka, but then compare him to people that are clearly not as good. Because then who am I supposed to compare him to?
I'm just taking the piss out of you.
No, you can say that, but at the end of the day, yeah, just remember this guy. Where did he come in the Ballon d'Or young players list?
But the question was, will he become one of the greatest wingers ever? That's the question.
But
listen,
I'm saying
Ballon d'Or, where did Haaland come? Bro was like 28th, I think it was.
Actually, question for you, Quest. Yeah, question for you, Quest. Because the question obviously is one of the greatest Premier League wingers ever. So I want to make it bring this one close to home. Better player, Hazard or Estevao?
He's clear of Estevao right now. Clear.
Okay, so that answers the question. So
no, but it doesn't answer the question because will Estevao be
better,
a better player for
yeah.
It honestly just depends on the amount of time he spends at Chelsea. If he spends the same amount of time Hazard did, I would honestly go out on a limb and say, yeah, I think he would win us a Champions League that Hazard didn't. I generally think he could. Because I think that's just the difference with
the rest of the team. Have to get a lot better.
Hazard is a phenomenal player, yeah. Yeah, but that will happen. We will see that. Don't you worry. I've been told you in the group already. Listen, Hazard's mentality, yeah, he said it recently himself. Bro, he was just a player from some small town in France that just loved to play football. He never had this desire to be one of the best in the world. He didn't have it. It wasn't where his mind was.
And he just was.
And he just was. Yeah, he just was. But it's very similar to Estevao. But Estevao actually does have that mentality of, I want to be the best I can possibly be. Like, he actually talks about, yeah, I want to get the best out of myself. Hazard didn't talk like that. So I'm not, and I can see something, Tevin, okay, you say, let's not forget about what Lille was doing at Estevao's age. Okay, check what Estevao was doing in the Brazilian league at 17 years old.
But Lille and the Brazilian league are not comparable.
What are you talking about?
To be fair,
McDonald's League, one.
PSG is in that league. At the time, by the way, Lyon was a much better side. Marseille was a much better side. The French league was not McDonald's league when
you're also talking about the same period of time where Giroud won a French league title with Montpellier.
Big up Olivier Giroud, Arsenal legend.
Low key, my guy. But to be fair, let's listen. He has won the Brazilian league with Palmeiras. He did do that, and it looks like he won a cup.
But I think Hazard is much better than Estevao. I mean, Estevao needs to prove it over the coming years. He needs to have pressure on him if he's going to be good. The likes of Yamal, he is living up to the pressure and expectation. Like there still needs to be more to be proven by Estevao, and he's getting there. He's doing well. Obviously, he's lucky because he doesn't exactly have hard competition right now to push him out of his position. So he's getting free time. He just needs to keep on playing. Yeah.
He's not even starting over Pedro Neto. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
He's not.
Look at the levels. Shocking.
No. You can't do that. That's disingenuous. Don't say he's having it easy. He's starting over players when he's not starting over Pedro Neto. And he's
but
not
what
starting
happened? But he had time in from Pedro Neto.
This is why I can't talk about.
He was injured.
You lot always move the goalpost. The point is, can he be one of the best in the league? Yes. Is he doing really well right now? Yes. And is he doing really well despite the fact that he's not starting all the games? Despite the fact that he is second choice to Pedro Neto? Yes, he's doing phenomenally well.
Which I think is smart management, by the way, because I think it's good to manage
if it was up to Maresca, he would have gone back on loan. Maresca's said that already. He don't want these players here at this age. Do you get it? But
if he is as good as what you're making him out to be, then he should be starting every week.
Why? You're talking about starting over a 27-year-old.
I've just said your match. So are you
Don't
saying?
work like
are you
that,
saying
bro.
Lamine Yamal should not be starting?
No, it doesn't
'Cause of his
work like
age?
that.
How?
Who was
Should-
Barcelona's starting right winger before Yamal came in?
Ferran Torres.
Yeah.
Dembele.
Who also played? Nah, it wasn't Dembele, bro.
Dembele was gone
been
before.
long.
Yeah,
Yamal
he was-
came
he
in.
was-
Yeah,
he
Ferran
was-
Torres
I
plays
I think it was
plays
Ferran.
through the
I think it was
middle.
Ferran.
So
Yeah,
so
Ferran was in the middle.
we're talking about a Chelsea team where Pedro Neto has been the starting right winger from last season. You can't just come and usurp somebody like that. Why do you think Madueke left? He knew Estevao was coming. He's not getting into a three-way competition. He's not having to fight for his place over Neto and over Estevao. So it's not happening. So we know Estevao will get his chance to prove it, and he will prove it. I'm not saying Estevao is the league's best now, blah, 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 blah. But it's undeniable.
But that
level
was
of
the
talent he
question, though.
has.
Then you
And
answered Quacks.
no,
The
literally
question
asked
was,
you.
will he become?
Can you ask
The
the question again?
The question is, could Estevao William become one of the greatest wingers in Premier League history?
All right, so let's name the greatest winger in Premier League history and play. Do we think he could be better than him or not?
But there was a point that I made.
Is he going to be better than Ryan Giggs? Question,
Look,
Quest. I
I-
want to
I-
say better or worse.
You can't even compare Ryan Giggs to nobody.
Right. That's my point.
But when I say that, I'm also saying, but Salah has his own compartment. Hazard has his own compartment. Gareth Bale has his own compartment.
Right.
So
Look,
it's not to say any of them are we even saying are they better or not better.
Did Cristiano
It's not a
Ronaldo not
conversation.
play winger in the Premier League?
Yeah, on the
did.
left-hand side
Yeah.
majority of the time.
But either way, left or right.
Yeah, but we're talking about can they become? The answer is
It's
yes
so
or no.
of course
Can
he can.
become?
Of course he can. But
So
I
why
think
are we talking
nearly
about Giggs?
every player can. But like I said, this is
No,
what I
not
said.
every. No, Murphy is never gonna be one of the league's best wingers, bro. So you can just stop it there. No Newcastle winger is
Okay,
ever,
listen. Jacob Murphy,
ever,
you're
ever,
gonna
ever
bring up
reach
Jacob
that level,
Murphy.
bro. Hold
What's-
that expeditiously
Where
and
did he
just firm
come?
it,
Where
bro.
did he come? Where did he come on assists last season on
I
the
don't
wing?
care. I
Where?
don't care. 'Cause
Second.
I don't care.
And
If
who came
Brendan
third?
Johnson, how many goals did
Anthony
Brendan Johnson
Elanga.
score?
Brendan Johnson.
Why are we talking about Brendan Johnson?
What are we
Because
talking about, Brendan
if
Johnson?
we start doing stats, there's always going to be somebody that's an
No,
outlier.
but
Last
here,
season
here's
You've just brought this up, and I said this the other week.
Because
You
you,
need to
I
look
know
at
you just don't want to give credit, bro. I hear
No,
you.
no, but
I've
I
said-
actually want to underline by saying I actually, and I've told you this already, Quest. I really, really rate Estevao. I enjoy watching him play. That boy is box office. He's entertainment. I just think this is an unfair conversation to have because we're putting expectations upon a kid who is so young. Could
We're
he become
actually
this?
not, because
Could
the
he
question
become
is,
that?
could he become?
No, because it's a, could he become one of the
So it's your
greatest wingers in
opinion,
Premier League
it's
history?
just your
And that's
opinion.
why I brought up names like Giggs, Ronaldo, Salah, Hazard.
Okay,
Bring in Bale to this. Bring in like Perez, who at my club, big up.
Okay,
Perez,
so
he's
just
legend.
answer the question, yes or no.
Mahrez.
Do you think
like-
he could become one of the best or not?
I have to see more. It's TBA.
Right.
I just
I've got-
literally see a-
Quez, I've
Okay,
got a
what was
question for you.
I want to jump in here because I've been sitting here just listening. There are players that you see from a young age, and you like him there. Something's happening.
Garnacho.
I love how, by the way, when Quest was talking about the Chelsea players that Estevao's better than, Joe Garnacho was left out. I enjoyed that. I saw that. I heard that.
I
you
didn't
know
mean
what
to, by the way.
mean?
Better than him.
But anyway, no. When we saw Messi, you saw that he had something. Cristiano Ronaldo, I don't think people saw something. I don't think they expected as high as the ceiling that he went to, but there was still something. Hence why he was bought after destroying our team in a friendly. There are players like, I don't know. When we saw Lamine Yamal, we've seen him. We saw him very early, and we're like, wait a sec, this ain't normal. And who else is there?
Bro,
Kylian Mbappe.
I
I don't feel the way about
Wait,
Estevao that I feel about
wait,
Yamal,
wait.
though. I
Kylian-
actually think it's a different feeling.
Yeah, and then you got Kylian Mbappe. We saw that kid break through with Monaco, and we already knew, like, yeah, this is gonna be something mad. So I'm not saying. My point is this: you can have that feeling. I think that's very normal in football to have that feeling about certain players that they can go straight to the top. Estevao William is giving people that feeling. Now, is that because of him, or is it because of the times that we're in, where people feel that people are a bit more robotic, more mechanical, more system based, and the flair is gone, and you've got this young kid from Brazil showing some Brazilian flair, and maybe it's like, oh, it's going to be great. It might be a bit of that. It might be a bit of that. Does he have the potential to do so? Yes, I do, because I don't think a player that young goes into the Brazil national team and does what he does without having something special. Same with Yamal did something special with Spain. Same with Kylian Mbappe, did something special with France at such a young age. I don't know if they will. If Estevao Willian is one of the best players for Brazil and they win the World Cup, I think this debate is something more where people will actually be willing to have. But
at this point, does Estevao Willian start for Brazil when they go into the World Cup, though? Because Mbappe was doing that, Yamal was doing that, so we need to really kind of start to.
He actually might, because
that's what I'm saying. That remains to be seen. We're gonna have to see.
He starts.
Does he start over Rodrigo for you?
Rodrigo doesn't play.
He plays left.
I don't even know if Rodrigo got called up last camp.
Did he start over Vinny for you?
Vinny starts on the other side. Do you watch ball, bro? He starts on the other side.
No, but I'm just saying, like, players that, like, we don't know yet because these things yet to be judged. This isn't going on.
My bad. Who plays for Brazil on the right hand side?
Is it Rafinha?
He's the only one. So if he's not starting,
that's another name. That's actually the next name I was going to bring up.
Yeah, I'm not
sure.
Stressed.
No, but it's not about that. So like he was like. You're going to bring up, I agree on certain respects. Like with Mbappe and with Yamal, you're like, that guy's got it.
Hold on.
But they raised to their levels away to the fact they were the best players in their national teams.
When you talk about Mbappe, you have to chill because Mbappe is one of the best in the world. Like he's going to be one of the greatest the game's ever seen when he retires. That's a different conversation to one of the best in the league. We're not going to be talking about like even when we had the Gareth Bale conversation in the group the other day, yeah, people don't talk about Gareth Bale on like a world stage, like, oh, he's one of the best the world's ever seen. But in terms of what he's actually won, guy's clear, bro.
One of the best goals I've seen.
He will never get into that conversation of is he one of the best football's ever seen. People will never put him in that conversation.
I don't agree with what you're saying about if he's one of the best in the Premier League that he will not be in the debate for that. Are you telling me the likes of Mo Salah, the likes of Saka, Harry Kane, Erling Haaland, are you telling me these players are not going to be in the debate of being some of the best players?
I just don't see Prem players get that kind of love. And my stance has always been you've got to do it in Europe for you to get that kind of love. I've always said that.
Yeah,
so
is Mo Salah not?
But that's not what we're talking about.
But don't worry about that because we're gonna lose track and we're gonna lose out of time. We've got some comments to go to as well, but it's an interesting, very good debate about Willian. This is why I changed it for what it originally was. And Anton, we did get through the conversation without talking about Saka, so you must have been happy.
Oh, Ash pulled it in just at the end, but it's all good.
We got man like Tevin here says, I gotta wait until his second season when he's not as fresh to the league. That's a good point. Maybe that's when the conversations can start. He's highly talented, and you all can do if you support Chelsea is hope. All you can do,
absolutely.
If you support Chelsea is hope that he keeps progressing. That's also true. Lol Saka was a crap left back at Estevao's age. Hush your gums.
Here we go. So we didn't make it that far.
But that's actually a fair point.
Yeah, Max Dowman will be the greatest player in the world.
I wouldn't say crap left back. I would say
crap,
FA Cup winning left wing back. You know what I mean? So
look, Max Dowman, I think, has a shout of higher levels than what Estevao's going to be going to.
That would have been a good fact or fiction question. That would have been a good one.
When Dowman comes of age and he actually can play regular football without having to do schoolwork, it's going to be some interesting conversations.
Hey, my guy can't even buy.
He's juggling schoolwork and playing football.
He can't even buy paracetamol.
Yeah, it's crazy. But quick one. What's happened with Ranieri? The noise, the hype it's disappeared.
Look. I'm not going to hype up Ranieri in that way.
Oh.
No, like you're talking to one of the Gooners that was never gassed about Ranieri.
Okay, another day.
Get the receipts of that one out. Get the receipts of that one out, guys.
Look, you will never find in the group chat me saying putting Ethan Ranieri in the conversation with anybody. This is actually a conversation I had with my family in the group chat when we looked like we were going to miss out on Eze, and my dad and my brother's like, that's all right. We got Ranieri. I'm like, well, I'm expecting at least 15 GA from him then, if that's what you guys think. Because I'm not missing on Eze for Ranieri. Like I've never been a big Ranieri guy. So
Oh, you know what? That is a conversation for another day. Interesting. Young man's nickname is Messinho. Chelsea fans didn't create that. That is true. His nickname in English is Little Messi. So, and the Brazilians did give him that nickname. Also, the better question would be: has there been any better 18, 19-year-old winger to play a pivotal attacking role for top 16 like Estevao? Rooney.
No, it's
Rooney wasn't
Estevao
a
versus
winger.
Rooney.
There's one name, but I won't mention him.
Say it.
I'll say it.
Say it.
Come on. This is an open forum.
KJ, your team.
Oh, Marcus. Hey.
No, not Marcus.
What? Cristiano?
No, both foot, mixed race, plays over there in France now. Yeah, if only he had better character. He was generational. Wow.
Yeah,
Hey,
listen, we've got him next.
Mason Greenwood.
I'm not. Hey,
Oh,
by the way, before anybody
listen,
me, I'm not saying.
You see how far out of my mind I've put this guy?
No,
so far out
bro, you should have just said Prison FC.
Prison FC, Prison FC.
Oh, listen, we weren't. Why did you have to go do that, flipping clown?
I'm just saying.
By the way, can I just say something? So Estevao played for Brazil in June, and they went 0-0 to Ecuador. So let's just
but you scored 2 goals since then. What are you doing? What kind of journalist are you?
Well,
do your research.
0-0.
He scored 2
is
goals.
Estevao have a greater legacy
guys,
than Neymar in Brazil?
I'm shutting it down. And no, to your question, Anton, and I'm shutting it down. We've got things to do. I did not know Estevao would have got random riled up like this. Damn.
It's because he's sick.
Yeah, okay, here we go.
No, he is sick. He's a great player.
I hope you are enjoying the show. We've got smash that like button. We're moving on to the next question now. And we're going to move on to the tasty one. I think this is the best question of the show for today. So make sure you're subscribing to the Football Terrace and that you're sharing the stream out. So everyone who's not catching the vibes, I haven't said that in a long time. Anyone who's not catching the vibes can come and get them. Question: fact or fiction? Liverpool aren't fully back to their best yet, but if Arsenal slip up, Slot's side will hunt them down fast. So when Liverpool smell that blood, they're going to kick into form and hunt down Arsenal. Yes or no? Fact or fiction?
Oh, there's so many parts of this question. Can I go first?
Absolutely.
No, as an Arsenal fan, defend your honor.
Okay, first of all, I just want to break down this question. First, number one, Liverpool aren't fully back to their best. Even if Liverpool are fully back to their best, they still aren't catching Arsenal. And here's why. We're not even conceding goals, let alone chances or shots on target at this point in time. So the amount that we would have to drop down, like at the moment, potentially we win and they lose this weekend to City, that's a 10-point gap. That's a potential 10. I don't care if they win 17 games in a row, they still ain't catching us. Because that's the type of consistency that right now Arsenal is putting together. We're at 10 wins in a row right now. Like, the gap is so high. Arsenal would have to fall off the map. We would have to start losing games. We have to capitulate to epic proportions for us to fall below Liverpool. And like congratulations, great win against Real Madrid. I thought that was a fantastic performance against Real Madrid. Credit's where it's due, right? I wasn't thoroughly impressed with their win over Villa, but they got the win over Villa. They desperately needed to have that. But also right now are levels above everybody in terms of our consistency, and that starts from the defensive side of the ball. And right now we're chasing a potential record that's 122 years old if we keep a clean sheet against Sunderland in terms of our own club record of the most clean sheets kept in a row. We're the first side ever to go an entire calendar month in all competitions in England without conceding a goal. And we're like, right now we're impenetrable. So for you to start to think about also falling off the map or slipping up, we're going to have to start conceding chances on target before we start conceding goals, before we start losing games. So no, I just think that they're hunting us down. Like Man City isn't even hunting us down. Like I'm sorry. I'm to that level of confidence in this team that it doesn't matter. They can, by all means, Man City, Liverpool, hit top gear. I invite you to hit top gear, please, because even if you do, you still aren't catching Arsenal.
Keep talking. I want to hear more.
No, I said all I had to say.
So Anton's come at the question with the one half of it, which is basically, does he think Arsenal will ever drop points for a team to smell blood? So he's basically saying no.
Even if we do drop points, it's like a huge margin of error. We have to drop points and then drop points and then drop points again.
But this is where the other half of the question comes in. Say if you do, say if the capitulation happens that you don't want to see or you think is impossible, and that puts Liverpool in a position where they can hunt you down, do you think they have the ability this year?
No, they don't have the cojones to do it. No. Nope, they do not. They've shown it to me. We're at a sample size. What I've seen of Liverpool so far, the first time, congratulations, welcome to 2025-26, away again, a home against Real Madrid. The first time they finally put together a more than average performance. Now, have they put that consistency so far this season at all? No, they've not. So until they show me that, I can't say that. No, because this is a total hypothetical. If they hit top form, I have yet to see them hit medium form.
Anton, do you know what isn't a hypothetical? Arsenal not being able to convert chances. Why did you guys not win last season? Having draws. What can stop you from getting points this season? Getting draws because you're not putting through shots on target. That is what.
Wait. Is this last year's Arsenal or this year's Arsenal?
Oh, sorry.
You have one draw this season, and that is against Manchester City.
What was your defense last season? What was your centre back partnership and your goalkeeper? Have they just suddenly changed? No, they haven't, have they? So what can happen?
What has changed? We've added players.
Not your manager.
Attack. We've added Eberechi Eze. We've added Victor Gyökeres. Bukayo Saka was injured for most of last year. We had Mikel Moreno. I know Mikel Moreno's up front right now, but it's a temporary situation because once the break comes back, we're going to have Havertz and Gyökeres available.
Listen, you've had less shots on target than Bournemouth this season. You had less than Brighton, Crystal Palace.
So what? And where are we on the table compared to them?
No, but this is my point. This is what I'm saying is try and take your Arsenal hat off for a second. That because you're not being prolific with putting shots on target and scoring, there is a higher chance of you getting a draw in these games, which is what will mean the likes of, say, City or Liverpool, which are putting more shots and have the chance of being Erling Haaland scoring a random hat-trick in a game or something like that. These will be what could be the reason that they could catch you. The fact Liverpool wasn't clear ahead of you guys because of defeats. You both had 4 defeats last season. It was just the fact that you were getting draws.
They've had 4 defeats this season, all season already, and we're at match week 11.
No, but exactly.
It could be 5 by the time we hit the weekend.
No, but Anton, this is what I'm saying is what you need to realize is defeats. They could have had, say, 6 defeats last season.
By the way,
that wouldn't have changed anything.
Equal second most amount of goals in the Premier League this year. Only City have more than us on 2.
No,
with
right,
2 more than us.
No, but
so what is this conversation?
Anton,
we have the exact same amount of goals scored as Liverpool.
I think
so. But what you're saying is right. So Liverpool has just had, say, 4 or 5 defeats back to back in the Premier League, right? So they're obviously not scoring a load right now. If Liverpool gets back to top gear,
it's the same thing, and we're top of the league.
What do you mean? You are too.
So why are we going to use that attitude towards Liverpool and say if Liverpool can hit top gear, what if Arsenal can hit top gear? So the same logic. Oh, we're only scoring offset pieces.
What is your top gear? Last season was the reason.
Our top gear is a striker who scored over 100 goals in the last 2 seasons, actually starting to fire. Our top gear is Bukayo Saka, who has levels to go this season. Our top gear is Eberechi Eze, who was an FA Cup winner, dragged Crystal Palace to an FA Cup, actually starting to play that level at Arsenal. Our top gear is Martin Odegaard coming back and being 2023-24 Martin Odegaard. Our top gear is Kai Havertz coming back and adding competition to to having to Victor Gyökeres. We mentioned Gabriel Jesus earlier. At one point, he was our best player. Let's say we have the potential for him to come back and all of a sudden be a good player. We have so many avenues we can go down to for Arsenal's attack to get better.
For a second, I just want you to understand and listen to this. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying you do not have a good up front. What I'm saying is, it was the same last season that you had the likes of, say, Saka and stuff like that, and Odegaard. They've just not magically just appeared. You had them last season, and the problem that you didn't challenge for the title last season was because of you not converting.
We had 27 first-team injuries last season.
That did not answer my question.
No, but it does answer your question because some of those players were not available.
Well, so I've got...
And by the way, for the same I'm sorry to cut you off, but for the same logic of people saying, hey, Arsenal is scoring from set pieces, and then now you're saying that we're not turning draws into wins. The very idea of us being good from set pieces, that Arteta this season has now come up with different ways of turning those draws into wins. We're not drawing games. All the games that we were drawing last year, we've now picking up the 3 points in this year. So until we start showing us that we're starting to draw games, that this is not even a conversation because we're winning games. We're winning games more than anybody else in the Premier League right now. In both competitions, in the Champions League too. Only side that hasn't conceded yet so far in the Champions League. So what are we doing here?
It's an interesting conversation. I understand what Ash is trying to say, where it's like you're not having enough shots on target, and if that continues and other teams having more, is there a chance that could catch up with you where you then start to fail to score in games because you're not having enough shots, or teams step up their game? Because remember, it is a 38 game season. There are still 28 games to be played. So lots of things can happen. I've got a question though. So I believe Arsenal have the record of having, I need to remember what it is exactly. It's either being top at Christmas and still losing the league, or being at top at a certain point in the league and losing it. You've got the record for having it the most in the Premier League. In the Premier League,
I think context is key.
So with that, is there not a potential that that could come back to haunt?
I think the context is key because in those times the lead wasn't that huge. You also had like a Manchester City team which was historical in that period of time.
What do you mean the lead wasn't that huge?
Here's the thing: the lead at the moment, right? The lead is 6 over City, 7 over Liverpool. There's a potential if we beat Sunderland for that thing to grow before the end of the weekend. It will have to be over somebody. So we didn't have a tremendous lead, but it's not just the lead. So we've got this buffer, right? That we're going to have like potentially by Christmas. Imagine what the buffer could be. Plus the fact that we're impenetrable right now. So those teams that bottle it are not built the same way as this team.
Anton, you've just said something.
Or personnel-wise in terms of the squad.
You've just said something that is completely contradicted one of your points that you've been having in the group chat. You've just said if you beat Sunderland, you're going to be pushing yourself in front of other people because you'll play before them.
No, that's not. That is not
what you said before.
That is not. That is not what I said. Now, no. At the end of the weekend, if we beat Sunderland, we are guaranteed, because someone's dropping points or both are dropping points in that game for our lead to increase by the end of the match week, not in the middle of the match week. There's no gaps being closed. The only way gaps are being closed is if we drop points to Sunderland. So that is not contradicting what I said before.
I just want to say,
sorry if I'm getting too high energy.
No. I think this is fact, but I don't think it's a disrespect either way, like to Arsenal to say that if they got chased down. Like at the end of the day, like I think I was listening to Straight Facts the other day, Terry and a couple of the other guys, 2 Spurs guys, and they were making a good point. Like at the end of the day, majority of the teams right now in the league haven't hit their best run of form. Right now, Arsenal are the most consistent, and
but neither have we, though. That's the scary part.
I would say you're the closest to it, though. So for me, you being the closest to it, it is just logical, right? That at some point you're gonna hit a bad patch, And whether that bad patch is a loss, 2 losses, 2 or 3 draws, whatever it is, it just depends on how close those teams are. For me personally, right, I've said it from the start of the season. I've put City top. 6 point behind at this point. They are starting to grow in to their form. And we've always seen City do this. This is the tough thing, right? Is we have these conversations and we say it's too early to say something about one topic, but it's not too early to say about this. I don't think it's disrespect to Arsenal if they get caught by City, because we've seen City do this before. Historically, we've seen City have terrible Augusts, right? And then come and win the league. Liverpool, we've never seen them chase or be in a title race, if you want to put it that way, and come out the victors. But we have seen them win a league and go on generational runs where they were, I think it was the 1920 season or whatever they won, where they won like, I think it was like, what was it, like 20-something games in a row or something like that? Like Chelsea was 13, the record, and then City went and did like 18 or something. Liverpool eclipsed that. Something mad anyway, yeah? You lot correct me if I'm wrong. But for me, that's why I'm going, I think it's fact because I don't think Arsenal have hit that bad patch yet. And I think that bad patch will come. And historically, Arsenal have been top at Christmas 2 or 3 times before and not gone on to win the league. So for me, I just look at it and go, the odds are actually stacked in the chasing pack's favour, not in Arsenal's favour, because you're ahead having to maintain
but again, context is so
kind of pressure.
So Quez, the question's about obviously
Liverpool.
Lots catching up. I think it could be fiction that Slot and Liverpool catch up. I think it's more likely Pep catches up than Liverpool does.
I would actually agree that if I was to pick one of the two, it would be City. But Liverpool for me at this point, let's say they lose this weekend to City, they are done. They are not winning the league.
No,
the team that was supposed to run away with it. No, because the league last year they only lost, and that's take into context that they went on holiday for the last month of the season. They only lost 4 games all last season. They're at 5.
Yeah, but it's not about that.
They're at 5 defeats. But if they're at 5 defeats already at this point of the season, historically, that is not a team that ends up winning the Premier League. So I almost take them out of the race if they were to lose. But you lot could
also go on to lose 5. This is what I mean.
Well,
it's not even impossible for you to lose 2 and draw 4.
We're gonna have to start conceding shots on target and goals.
But that will happen. It's the same reason why I don't think you'll do the Chelsea record of 15 goals conceded.
That's a great
I don't
question.
think you'll do it because football back then, those teams were not great at attacking. People were not.
So he says the ones that teams now are great at attacking.
A lot more teams are better at attacking. You get me? The Bournemouths. The all these little minnow teams in between, minnow is disrespectful.
But then when they come to us, that's the difference though. They're good against attacking when they play everybody else. When they come to us, all of a sudden, low block. Forget about attacking.
Then also, we just watched Bournemouth, who have been a great team all season, play Man City and decide not to defend anymore. So you lot are not the only team that teams will roll over for.
Yeah, that highlight was.
What they did against City was actually that was a crime. I've never seen Bournemouth play like that ever. And they
Haaland just got a free run.
They said, Haaland, here, have some goals. So for me, I'm just going, it's actually I think it's way tougher for Arsenal to maintain this going right through into this December period where you will.
But then I will ask you this question now. If this is what your statement is, and I'm going to record you, right? If we do, let's say for training purposes, because you're going to deny it when we get to this point, but if we do win the Premier League at the end of the year, by your logic, saying that teams aren't going to give us a free run, is that more impressive then? Because we're going to have won it with everybody giving us their best shot and nobody giving us a free run at it.
But that's every league.
That's every team.
But
you literally just said that teams fell over for City.
No, but that's a turn of phrase. That's a phrase.
Yeah,
it's every team. Sunderland do not go into games thinking, you know what, today just because it's this team we're gonna roll over. But no team goes into the game saying, oh, you know what, just for this team, help them win the league. We're just gonna let them score 5 goals. Every league point is earned in the Premier League. So here that conversation doesn't need to be had because that's a bit of foolishness. I'm sorry. What I found what I found is this. I remember what the stat was. It wasn't being top at Christmas. It was most time at the top of the Premier League without winning the league. So this was after the 22-23 season, right? So Arsenal in the 22-23 season spent 93% on top of the league and failed to win it. The next is 71% in 02-03 with Arsenal. The next is 57% in 08 or 07-08 with Arsenal. Then it was 51% with Liverpool in 18-19. And then after that, it was Arsenal in 13-14 with 48%. So the reason why I asked that question is because we have seen Arsenal on top of the league for long periods of time during the league many times before, and they still have not won it. In that little period there, 4 out of the top 5 were Arsenal not converting their lead or their time at the top into winning the league. So that is why I asked the question, because it's great now that you're on top. You have been on top for like nearly every single game week, potentially. Alphabetical order at the start of the league, whatever, cool. But pretty much you've been at the top of the league for nearly every week. You also were top of the league 93% in 22-23. Yeah. So I'm just asking. I know it's different players.
So I get what you're coming from.
I know it's different players. I know it's different squad, different context. But like I said, it's a 38-game season.
Look, I think what you're saying is completely true. And look, people need to realize, I think Arsenal's squad and team is amazing. I think their defense is unbelievable. But do I think they're being prolific in scoring? No, which is why I think there's a chance.
I just want to ask this question to all the panel. Cards on the table, because I actually want to hear, like, regardless of if Bups and maybe, do we think this could happen? This is not. Hand on heart. Who from this point on the 7th of November 2025 would you tip to win the Premier League? You know, I don't need to say anything because you know what I was. Okay.
I think Man City.
But I put that from the start of the season. KJ has my Premier League table prediction.
All right.
How my front three, how I predicted the top 3 was at the start of the season. I said Liverpool with how they went, Arsenal, then Man City. Now, how I'm thinking, it's Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and just because Pep doesn't go 2 seasons without winning something.
Okay.
And Haaland is being a freak. That man, that man's different gravy.
So I'm going to say, obviously, yes, I would say Arsenal from this point here. But what I will say is, I know you just said if buts and maybes there, Anton, but this is football. Let hand on heart. Let's do hand on heart for you guys. Who expected Arsenal Who expected Arsenal to concede only 3 goals this season, 10 games in?
No,
Who expected?
I didn't expect that.
Let's be honest here. No one expected 3 goals.
You should see from the start of the season on Fire Them Cannons. I've said I have a rule. When we do our predictors for the games, I never predict Arsenal to concede a goal. It's always nil. It's my rule because that's more likely to produce accuracy than not. And that's always been my thing.
So wait, that's
correct.
No, every time you win, you predict you not to concede, which is fair enough. You're allowed to do that. But majority of the people, most football fans, I would happily say 99.9% of people, because you're in the 0.1, Anton, because you're you, would say that Arsenal would have conceded more than 3 goals 10 games into the Premier League.
I feel like every team. Yeah, I think that's every team. Yeah, just off history. Right? Off history, you've got to.
Yeah. So if Arsenal can do something that's unpredictable positively, why can't you do something unpredictable negatively? Why can't another team do something unpredictable positively as well?
It's just
no one predicted Liverpool to go 5 games in a row losing.
Oh, this is another thing I was close to doing.
No one predicted that.
Nobody predicted that, bro.
So this is what I'm saying.
Again, Antoine, you're in that 0.1%. No one predicted that.
but give me the credit then, because it's come out and been fruitful for me. So,
but it's also abnormal, like that. There's
it's the same. It's the same with set piece goals. Like in history, no one's going to be scoring a set piece goal like 1 per game on average. Like,
well, let us be the history makers.
Well, you could
All
be,
said.
but right. So that's the thing is, history can be changed, and it can potentially happen. However, if you go off history and historical data, the chances are it won't. So that's why you need to think: if you are not being prolific in scoring open set play goals, and you don't score a set piece goal in a game, there's a chance it could be a 0-0 draw.
See, you're arguing actually without knowing it. You're basically arguing why Arsenal are going to get even better from here, because you're saying that we're not scoring from open play. So if we do start scoring from open play, there's a as I said last week, there's even a higher ceiling.
But what if you don't?
But if very much is, what if you start drawing games, which we're not, and we have a base, a solid base. That's what I keep saying. Arsenal have to drop off a tremendous amount in terms of right now. Our players are sprinting 70 yards to keep teams from getting a shot on target. Right now, we'd be disappointed if we concede a goal full stop.
Say that again? What did you say?
So there's a 7 at the end of the Burnley game, right? There's a clip, 7 seconds it took. It was an Arsenal corner, right? At the end of the game, in injury time, and Burnley start to break away. You see our team literally sprint.
Okay.
It takes them 7 seconds to recover the ball, and Saliba goes and recovers the ball. That shows you the effort in which this team is playing at right now in order to keep that perfect excellence, that clean sheet thing.
Now, on the back of that, can you maintain? Do you believe you can maintain that all season?
Look, because I don't think we're going to maintain the clean sheets. We're going to keep a clean sheet every single week. But I think that I don't think it's going to fall off to the point where we're going to start losing games and drawing games. No.
Because you only have to lose 2 games 1-0 and the whole landscape changes.
Well, again,
people don't realize the levels that Man City and Liverpool have been at recently. They have been going on these streaks where they're just winning.
But these aren't the same Liverpool. This is not your same Liverpool and Man City.
And also, you got and Ash,
this is not your same Arsenal.
Streaks. If we're talking about streaks, Arsenal are currently on said streak as well. So let's not discount.
Yeah, and there's only a matter of a time when streaks come to an end.
But we don't know how long. As much as this is why I love these conversations, because there's so many possibilities, so many different angles you go for. So we don't know how long Arsenal's streak will come an end to, because you say yes, all streaks come to an end, but that could be in 2 years. Who are we to know? You know what I'm saying?
We can end the streak and then start another streak the very next game.
That is also very true. So I get where Anton gets his confidence from. I really do, and I appreciate that. That's why I love this content. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go to some comments here. I've got some super chats here. This is wonderful. I love how this was a Liverpool question majority, and of course this man down here has flipped it and made it about his team. I love it, man. It's why I love Anton on streams, you know. Absolute
much love, KJ.
Gem.
I appreciate that.
Gem. We got Esan says this wasn't just a win against Madrid. It was a statement. Anfield under the lights hit different. Also saying, bro, this is Igal's brother. This is not Igal's brother. This is the final Arsenal raid boss. That is Anton. That is what.
If anything, I'm positive Dan's brother.
Hey, listen, all you need to do now to beat Igala is just say that Eddie Howe was complaining about rain when it never rained.
We got a super chat here from FX Story. Says Liverpool can't keep goals out. Arsenal can put goals in, so it notifies the odds for each team. But having good defense is much better than having a good attack. Very good point there. Cali Guna says nobody attacks us even when they are down 1 goal.
Facts.
We got Akin saying we are just going to ignore the facts that we had a crap start squad depth in those seasons, which was exposed by injuries. Our bench is hope. Our bench is what we have hope in. We have this season. Yes, your squad is so much better. That is true. 23-24 Arsenal scored over 90 goals in the league to combat Ash's point about taking shots and scoring goals.
It's not the season, is it?
Tyson says Arsenal squad depth is the major differentiator this season. Attacking wise, Arsenal has not hit second gear yet. The top 3 teams all have room for improvement, not just 2. That is true. No more Rob Holding.
Oh, gotcha. That's a comment of the day because
No
that's
more Rob Holding.
if Saliba goes out like he did in 22-23, Christian Mosquera is stepping in and not missing a heartbeat.
Do you know
We
what?
don't have to deal with freaking Rob Holding anymore. That's
KJ, could you go back to that super chat before? Because he said the one before about the goals. So 23-24, you're correct. 90 goals. It was 91 goals that season.
How many goals did we concede that season?
That was 29. And then the season last was 69 and 34 goals, which is a season you had lots of draws to. And
right. And what are we on now? 3 and 18. So that's a much different ratio.
No, it's not. No, what do you mean? You're scoring even less goals than you were last season.
But we've conceded 3.
Well,
you just did 29 and 34. We're not coming close to conceding either of those.
If you scored 18 and conceded 3, then by the end of the 38-game season, you'd be.
Let me mark this down.
50,
the most goals that we're conceding this year is probably like some 20 in the worst case scenario in the Prem. So you just said 29 and 34. Like, what are we doing here? We can score. We can score less. And by the way, the goals are going to come. Terry even said it the other day. We start playing more games midweek.
Because Lord Terry says something. It must be true. It must be true because Terry says so. You know what? Yeah, no, it's not true. I don't care, boss. I know you're enjoying time with your son. That's why you're not here. But everything you say is not facts. Even though you have a show called Straight Facts, I'm not having it. I'm tired of it.
It's like when he said to me the other day, he asked me, like, do I think Arsenal will score more goals? And I said yes. But the caveat on that is I thought they already would have been scoring more goals. Like, I'm surprised that your front line isn't being as prolific as what I thought.
They're also not healthy.
We got
like this weekend, our front line is going to be Trossard, Marino, Saka.
So you're saying Gyökeres has not been healthy?
He's not healthy right now.
But then you can say the same for Liverpool. You can say it's like Salah.
No, Liverpool, they have been healthy.
No, but Salah and Liverpool just.
With the exception of Isak, who we all knew was always
look. I'm not going to be that guy that draws on things that I wouldn't necessarily bring up in the debate. But at the same time, they had a big loss in the summer. That's one of Salah's closest people. Anybody knows when you're at work and you have a cool person you're with, when that person leaves or is gone, that has a big effect on you at work, bro. So Salah's already not in the headspace. We've seen him look lots better in the last 2 games, and then Isak not having a preseason because of all that drama, Newcastle Hills or whatever he was doing. Yeah, if he starts clicking into you know what I'm saying? That whole front three could start clicking and be winning games, and that's the thing. It's so hard. It's such a frustrating thing because it's almost like we can never say ifs or buts with Arsenal because they look better now. But then at the same time, historical evidence says for someone like Liverpool, when they do get on a run of foot, they score mad amount of goals. And they also keep clean sheets. So like all these teams around that we're saying like, oh no, they're gone. There's no way you can say. I've seen a Man United team be
if they lose City and go drop 10 points behind Arsenal, is that any of that going to matter?
Honestly,
are they going to breach 10?
It's
happened twice in the history of football where a team has come back from 10 plus points down. One of them, by the way, both of these two teams bottled it, Newcastle and Man United, twice in the history of the Premier League.
But then
has a team bottled 10
Arsenal
plus
fans
points.
can't keep saying we rely on history to tell us about what other teams have done to fail, but not also take into account what you've done in your recent history to fail. You can't do that. We have to see, we can't have these conversations without having the same parameters for both teams. In recent history, we have seen Arsenal lose significant leads and for no reason at all other than just it's a mentality issue, bro. That is it. And I'm not trying to start a whole different debate, but that is the truth. You can say it's about squad depth, but other teams, listen, Liverpool beat us in a Carabao Cup final with like 4 17-year-olds. I was burning. Gary Neville said £2 billion bottle jobs. What can I say to that? That's the facts. They beat us with 17-year-olds. So you can't say, oh, no, squad. Okay, cool. But there's nothing to suggest that even if like, it's Mosquera, there's nothing to suggest Saliba gets injured, then Mosquera picks up an injury. You don't know with all these things.
Ben White can play
ifs
like
and
that.
buts. But if we're saying ifs and buts, the only thing we can then rely on is historical evidence. And historical evidence suggests you are in a far worse place to achieve this league title if you have a team chasing you because you've bottled it before.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Facts.
we got him. That was the way you first said that first phrase, and I see Anton's face just to be like, huh. That was beautiful.
What?
Anyway,
Wait. You think we got me?
no.
No.
Just for a moment, you had to recalculate some things in your head there. I saw that. I saw
No.
you thinking,
I was reading the live chat, to be honest.
Hey, don't worry about that. Don't worry
I was
about
reading the live
that.
chat, to be honest.
Arsenal Avenger says, what about 98, 99, 01, 01, 02, 03, 04 when we won the league? Harvis says, he says, see, you're getting into form, but what's to say Arsenal will get worse? Yes, you're saying two years bottled in 3 years, but we have a much better squad now. There's more belief from our Arsenal fans. Sound believe, and that's good. If Adnan ends up being right, that's an exception. So I don't know why I can't read that right. That's an exception. If Arsenal wins, it's more an outlier than it proved the point.
Wait. How would that is an exception if I'm right after Arsenal
Anton.
is got a 6 and 7 point lead?
Anton, can I just say
That's
something?
Last year, Liverpool in the same position with less of a lead, and they went on to win it. So how am I being the exception? You guys are all just in denial. That's the real truth. Like I'm just telling you the facts, and you guys are all just in denial.
Well, I'm
sorry if that hurts you guys so much. You guys can no longer banter Arsenal.
Anton, I've got a fact for you. You mentioned something about Wanyeri earlier. You said in the group chat.
Ash, wait. If it's group chat stuff, give me 2 seconds, all right? Let me get through this. Now, KJ, doesn't matter, man. No need to bring up. It's just about City and Paul, right? I'm not too sure.
By the way, this guy has been angry for like an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, and then we also got why should we waste energy so early in the season just to score more goals if we're winning anyway? Saving the energy for the run in as best as we can. But to be fair, it sounds like you're burning your energy on. It sounds like you're burning energy on sprinting back and making sure you don't get a shot on target, then score goals personally. Anyway, is Ash? Ask your question, then we get to the final question, and we'll be out here.
So, Anton, you said about Wanyeri before that you said you've never said anything good about him and stuff. You said, since you've got Eze in, you're expecting Wanyeri to still get at least 15 GA.
See, no, but that was tongue in cheek. I'm saying this to my dad.
Oh,
if we're gonna listen, wait.
He knows what a joke is. Your quest. You see that? Now he knows what a tongue in cheek.
Okay.
Wait. When I said that if I said this to my dad in my group chat with my brother and my dad, because they were literally acting like we don't need Eze. Let Tottenham have Eze. I'm saying no. Arsenal's dropped the ball if we don't get Eze. Well, we got Ethan, and I'm like, well, if that's your logic, I wanting Ethan to give me Eze level of stats. Otherwise, we do need Eze. I didn't say that Ethan's getting 15. My point was he won't, which is why I needed Eze. Like that. I did not like that was my logic.
Fair enough. You know what? It's been Anton West in the chat for the last 40 minutes. So we want to give him a break. We want to give him a break with his next question, guys. Make sure you're keeping your like buttons being clicked and smashed. Make sure you're subscribing to the Football Terrace, and obviously leave your comments in the live comment section. We will get to them, and if you have some super chats in there, we will definitely read those as well. Last question, and we out of here because it got more heated than I thought it would be. Maybe it's because I've turned on the heating for the first time in like 6 months, bro. Listen. That gas bill was looking crazy, so man had to turn it off for the winter. He's getting a bit mad. But I know, Anton, you don't have to worry about that over there because you're in a nice
summer. It's in the summer now.
But anyway, what I was about to say is this. The question is, final question. We're gonna give Anton a rest. We're spinning the block, and we're coming for a quest one last time before the show ends.
Damn.
Fact or fiction? Chelsea's squad is massively overrated. Apart from Caicedo, James, Palmer, and Cucurella, the rest is mid-table quality. Well, let's add Estevao as well, because we just literally spent a whole segment talking about it. So let's say those 5 excluded, you've got a mid-table quality squad.
I'm gonna say fiction. Massively overrated. Oh, I'm just doing too much semantics. It's just fiction. I don't think they're overrated. I think it's I think it's just a team that's growing. So I can't say overrated. Overrated would be to suggest that everybody expects far more from these players. But like we say about,
Bro, people said you were challenging the title this season.
I mean, if nobody's kicked a ball, that's always a possibility, isn't it? Yeah. So,
But
why.
this Chelsea
get
squad
why
is not
people
challenging
say
the
that.
title, though.
Do you know what, Ash? If you'd have just let me flipping finish, man.
No, because you can't just skip over
days.
that.
So what do you want me to do? Can I just get my point out, bro? Let me land.
Let him land the plane. Oh yeah, no, don't do it like the UPS team because that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was also
Wow.
literally rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, bro.
To everyone involved in that, and hopefully anyone's loved ones in the area are found safe and sound because that was
man.
insane. There's a lot of craziness going on in the world,
100%, man.
Everywhere. But yes,
So my point being, the expectation was off the back of the Club World Cup and the Conference League, Chelsea could challenge for a league title. I can totally see why people would have said that. Now, was in truth, if you actually ask people how many of the Chelsea players they would actually take into their starting 11, you would find that most people probably wouldn't take more than 4 or 5 anyway. And if that, I would say they'd probably take 2 or 3. So with that being the case, I don't even think people rate our squad. So to say overrated would be to suggest that we're saying, or anybody else is saying, that they are top of the league's quality and then they're falling below. As you know, me personally, I've always said from the start of the season, if we come 4th, 5th and win a domestic trophy or 2, I'm going to be happy with that season because I know where we're at as a club right now. We're rebuilding. People want to laugh. They want to say, the clear late, whatever. Cool, I hear you. It's a building process. You might not like it, but it is what it is. So I don't think you can say overrated. Underrated would be too far as well. So I just think we are somewhere nicely in the middle.
So you're mid.
Fiction.
So you're mid.
No, because we're actually, 6th right now? If we're mid, we'll be 10th. You know what I mean? So
I just feel like sometimes Quest is having to make up for Dawn's crimes because Dawn was on here last week on Straight Facts saying they were the second best squad in the Premier League.
Yes, said that.
To sweep aside, we were just talking about City and Liverpool. To sweep aside City and Liverpool like that and be like, oh no, Chelsea have the second best squad. That's what we're talking about when we say overrated. Do I agree on what Quest is saying? They're not overrated. I agree. And you're being fair and you're being balanced in what you're saying. But when I think this question is being posed to is when people start making comments like Chelsea are the second best squad. And before that, this is before Arsenal indisputably, pulled away from the pack in terms of squad. Before that, I had your fans saying Chelsea's squad is better than Arsenal's squad. So that is the where we're coming from when we're saying overrated. Now, personally, I actually think that Chelsea have a good squad. I'd say, what was my squad rankings where I have you guys? I have you as 4th. So Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Chelsea. I actually don't think it's mid-table, so I think that's fiction. I do think you guys are good players. Now, you guys can get better in recruiting center backs in the future because, I think that's your main weakness in your team. Going forward in midfield, I think you got good quality, right? But if you can improve your center backs, then I think you guys will be in their top 3 thereabouts. But that's where the overrated thing comes from, which is like when people just start putting you up 1st, 2nd for me. But I guess this is not for you, Quest, because I feel bad sometimes because Don comes here tomorrow. He'll be on Straight Facts, putting you in jail again. Then you have to come and answer for his crimes again the next week. So it's like we're in a constant cycle, right? So
basically, Quest is Don's lawyer, and he's always going to bail him out for something.
Damage control, man.
Yeah.
Damage control.
Okay, so
crazy.
In the summer, I did believe that Chelsea were one of the best squads in the league. I did think they would be better than they have shown so far. I think they are slowly, potentially becoming overrated. Slowly.
Fair.
Because I feel like you've got these games like Sunderland, like Karabag, where you look at it and you're like, right, they've done some little bit of rotation here and there,
A little
and
bit.
they're failing to do damage to teams that they should do damage to. Now, okay, listen, Sunderland, you can argue they've taken the Premier League by surprise, and they're a lot harder than we give them credit for, which is fine. But when I look at someone like Karabag, yeah,
Oh, come on, man.
guys, I'm not trying to say that they're any slouches, but you put out players like Delap, Buenanote, Garnacho, Gittins came on as well. Hato making some mistakes at the back. You put in your supposed B team players, and they're getting
C.
But so you don't. So okay. So this is what I mean. This is what I don't get about Chelsea, right? You've got all this squad depth, but yet their C team. You got your C team playing for you.
Yeah, because I get what you're saying, yeah. Because the tricky thing about it is like, so Hato started in centre back, yeah. He started this season. He's a left back. Maresca wasn't even talking about him being a centre back. They just said he can play there. So he's actually the reason why we even drew the game, because he two mad mistakes and one of them wasn't even a penalty, right? Otherwise, we probably win the game 2-1 and nobody even talks about it. But also, this is Champions League. We're rotating from mid-season. We've got Jamie Gittins playing left wing. We've got Estevao, fair play, playing thingy. Delap has been, I think if you said Delap has been overrated since the club book, I will fully accept that. He's been like, underwhelming is the only term I can give him. That's just positively underwhelming for no reason at all in my mind. Lavia was obviously meant to play for the majority of the game. 8 minutes in, gets injured, flop or no flop is what it is. Caicedo comes on, he can't save us every week. Reece James is playing. No Gusto again, so he's not as fresh. But realistically, we shouldn't have lost or even drew that game yesterday. But when you're looking at those players, if that was a Premier League side with Jamie Gittins, Delap, Estevao playing in the Conference League or Europa League, would you expect them to beat those teams? I don't know if you would. In the same way, people wouldn't give credit for Chelsea beating the conference teams last year because they said, oh, you're playing Palmer and you're playing this person. I say C team. If we had Badiashile starting, I could have said, yeah, fair enough. Badiashile and Tosin, fair enough. Gusto, fair enough. Obviously, it's Reece James. Gittins, even if it was Neto on the left and then Estevao on the right, I would have said, okay, fairs. But it's just tough because it's one or two pieces out of place and things go wrong. I get why you're saying overrated. It feels horrible. It feels harsh. You know what? I'm like, hey, all of that waffle. Let me just say, you know what? You got a point.
You know what it is? It's just because it's scratching the surface, right? Because I think you've got an amazing 11. I actually think you've got one of the best.
Our best 11's
cool. I actually back that.
Like when everyone's fit, your 11 is crazy, bro. You know what I mean? Like it is moving mad. Cole Palmer. So here's the thing: you could have Cole Palmer and Estevao playing the same team, and he would look saucy. Striker-wise, okay, cool. You played João Pedro there. He doesn't want to play there, but you played João Pedro there.
Yeah.
And you've got on the left-hand side is a bit techie. Do you play Gittins? Do you play Garnacho? The back line, Cucurella and James, top. 30. Yeah. Top. I think Cole will, again, I think he's a very good talent, and people like just
Levi Cole's amazing.
Yeah, like people crash on him too much. And then the right hand side, again, Fofana. If he's another Chelsea player we should talk about injuries and flopping and stuff, because that guy can't stay fit. You know what I mean? So he's in there. He's a good player. And then you got your goalkeeper. So you got your striker and your goalkeeper. You look at like when everyone's fit, you're like, you're still a bit shaky.
Yeah, so striker, goalkeeper, and the two centre backs.
Yeah. So overall, you're like, okay, cool. Like Chelsea
got a great 7.
But then you scratch beneath the surface. Lavia, obviously, we've spoken about him earlier today. Talented, but never fit. But if he was fit, he would be like, okay, cool. You can put him in that midfield. Wouldn't look out of place. Garnacho, Gittins, Buenanote.
Yeah, this is
Gusto.
I mean,
like,
right.
But you know what's doubly hard about it, though? Sorry, Ash. Do you know what's doubly hard about it? And I'm actually going to do what Kunle says I always do, but I don't do, right? But I'm actually going to do it this time. You see, when Arsenal was struggling before under previous managers like Unai Emery and stuff like that, the difference was that was a squad of like 27, 28-year-olds that were playing mid. The difference is with this squad is these lot are like 21, 22 years old. So part of me, why I don't even I don't rage about it, and I would accept this for any team, is like these lot are so young, that I'm like, do we expect anything other than inconsistency? Because that is what young players give you. So that's why I'm like, you even want your older senior players to give you more. I agree. Tosin should be, bro, I'm done with that guy. But if he sees this, I love you, bro, but I'm done with you. But
last year he was your veteran rock. This week you're done with him.
Yeah, bro, and he should be doing better. But it's like, this is the problem, is because they're so young, they're always gonna be this inconsistent, and so it's always gonna look like we're a far worse team when we lose because of the manner we're losing and the games that we're struggling in. Like even the Wolves game the other day. Not to make this a completely Chelsea chat, but I'm just saying it about being overrated. The problem was that there's so much of a mix in that team that you're blowing hot and cold even in different periods of the game. And I've said it from day one about Maresca, because my Leicester boys told me, right? I'm here in the Midlands. They told me, with Maresca, don't expect nothing first half. First half is a complete write-off. So you're having to salvage second halves every time. So even that is making the squad look more average, because you're either having to try and salvage a game or you're holding on. And so I don't think we're mid. I think we are 4th or 5th. That's where we should be. We're better than Newcastle, confidently. We're better than Spurs. Sure. Because Bear told me Spurs team is better. They're not. They're nowhere near. So 4th or 5th. I think that is right. And right.
I think you're comfortably 4th, actually.
You are.
I think you're stuck in this middle zone. You're not Arsenal, City, or Liverpool, but you're also better than everybody else. There's like a gap between both.
Yeah, I just think I think what people's issue is always going to be is the money spent. Go on, Ash.
You're 100% overrated.
Wow.
Because because that's not because I don't think you're where you should be. It's because all I heard is Chelsea are challenging for the title this season. And I don't know why you were ever put in that discussion, because I've said this from day one. If Chelsea are in that discussion, that would then mean Newcastle are too.
No,
not
even close.
How? No.
Because you also haven't got the depth in the squad.
I am not even joking right now. All that we did this transfer window has made strengthened our team. We have actually got unbelievable.
Bro. Remember how we said we didn't expect Arsenal to concede 3? No one expected Voldemar to come here and look like he's been playing in
the midfield. Wait, Ash. In the midfield.
No,
behind Sandro and Bruno, who is your depth in midfield?
Let them fight. All right, let them fight. Don't worry about it. We can just sit here and enjoy.
Squad-wise, if we are honestly, like even yesterday, Yusogo's out for whatever reason. He should have been playing yesterday, but he's not playing. You don't even have to bring. You don't have to worry about Lavia or Caicedo if Yusogo's still fit. Do you see what I'm saying? So
but listen to
we've been hitting key areas.
So 2 games before the end of last season, we had the highest odds of being 4th.
Right.
So we were actually going to be the spot that you were, but obviously Isaac's head was clearly with Liverpool. So we ended up flopping our last 2 games of the season. We had the easier run.
Well, don't forget we dropped points to you with the Jackson red card.
No, but this is what I'm saying is, but this is what I'm saying is, right? So how we finished last season, Chelsea and Newcastle were very, very similar. So I'm saying is, if you went off that, and what people haven't seemed to have done, because people have just got shadowed by the Isaac situation, we strengthened our squad over the season completely in all positions. If you're going to pull faces, prove to me. Tell me how we didn't.
Wait, I asked this question earlier. Behind Bruno and Tonali, who is your depth in midfield? And
so
give me a good question.
So our midfield, we've got Jacob Ramsey, Joe Linton, Lewis Miley. Lewis Miley comes in for Tonali. He's literally.
But compare that to Chelsea's one. Those aren't the names that Quest named earlier. For me, are far more impressive and more reliable than the ones you just named.
Who?
I mean,
Lewis Miley has never stepped a foot wrong in the midfield. And not to mention, you talk about young players. He is. Like you seem to, just because you guys have this mentality of the top six, you evidently don't watch other teams. And how do you think Lewis Miley bossed like the likes of PSG a few seasons ago when he was the likes of 17 years old? Like, you want to talk about young players.
Nah, because everyone at 16, 17, 18 can have a good game, bro. It happens.
Yeah, Lewis Miley hasn't just had a good game.
But
He's
when
still
he's
done
words
it.
out of my
mouth. That's exactly
As
what
he's
I
been
would
playing this season. He's been playing this season when Sandro Tonali's been out, and he's been one of the best players.
He needs to do more, Carl. Man's not noticing him when I've been watching Newcastle, bro. BMT, I'm not going to lie to you, bro.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Top 3, they're 30, and then 4, 5.
3, they're 30.
They're 30.
So Lewis Miley, you want me to believe Lewis Miley, Jacob Ramsey.
So listen to me. Do you think Elliot Anderson is not good?
But he doesn't play for
No. But I'm saying is, because I'm
you said that your depth got better.
Because listen to me.
I laughed at Anton when he said Norgard.
I want to hear your answer to this. I want to hear your answer to this, and it'll tell me everything if you actually watch a Newcastle game. Do you think Elliot Anderson is good?
I thought he was top before he made the move.
Okay.
So when he went on loan because he went on loan first year, right, to Nottingham Forest, right, and they were like, I'm in an R whether they were going to sell or not sell, right?
No.
I was like,
no,
did he not go on loan? Who was he?
He was playing for us. No, he was
Newcastle.
He was playing for us.
Okay.
He got sold for PSR reasons.
Yeah, we sold him for PSR. We sold him for 35 million to them, and that was the season we sold Minter to Brighton for 40 million.
Because the first time I heard about Elliot Anderson was like the under 21s.
Yeah, Newcastle. Yeah.
So I already was like, oh, okay, he's in that squad with these lot. He must be decent-ish because of the players he's around in the under 21s. So I was surprised when you sold him anyway. And then when I saw him play at Forest the first couple of games, I was like, oh, okay, fair. He's got something. So I'm just...
To answer the question, yes, you think he's good?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yes. The reason why I asked you this is because as a Newcastle fan, we as a Newcastle fan base, we think Lewis Miley is, if not on the same pedestal that we hold Elliot Anderson. And I'm saying if you don't agree with that,
look, I can't argue with that because like Ash knows his football club really well. So I'm not.
No, what I'm saying is if you're going to say no, that means you just don't watch Newcastle, and that's fair enough.
I don't watch Newcastle enough to say or not say. All I'm saying is, I never seen Lewis Miley become a man of the match in FA Cup final. I've never seen him score important goals for his team. I've never seen him go to the Euros and play in a final with England. So that's
I'll say
all I'm
this.
saying.
So on FootMob, which is I do use for good website. Benfica, he had a 7.6 rating against Benfica, and he played all 90 minutes.
0 points in the Champions League.
In Brighton, he played half a game and had a 7.6 rating. Okay, so is Brighton 0? But I'm saying is like you need to understand.
They're not even in the Champions League.
He is much better than what people give credit for.
I'm not saying he's not good, by the way. I'm just saying in terms of squad depth, yeah. If I'm even playing you lot and I see my man come on for Tonali, I'll say it's an open and shut case Johnson. Just give me the 3 points.
Yeah,
exactly.
I've been rubbing my hands together.
This is my point.
Tonali's coming off.
You're saying
that
on, like, because you don't watch Newcastle, which is fair enough.
Yeah, and
you're going to be a long day when you realise flipping. He is our next maestro that we have as our backup, and he is young. He's only 19.
And you know what's peak, Ash? Not many people watch Newcastle anyway. It's peak, man. It's peak. But you'll get there soon. I reckon.
Listen.
I reckon you guys will overtake Spurs in the top 6 at some point.
Hey, listen. To say people don't
already have.
To say people don't want. To say people don't watch us. They want to buy our players.
Yeah.
Anyway,
guys.
Ash is very unlucky that there's no Tottenham fans in our group chat because I wouldn't be going after him if there were.
But to be fair, they can't chat to the flipping Spurs right now or Man United because them man are flipping 14th or something with 12 points. But anyway, I got some chats to go through and then we're gonna get out here because it's time. Comment here from Cali Guna says this guy Ash has a lot of chest when he backs a team that just lost to a relegation for the West Ham. Pipe down kid. And then we got on a real though, Chelsea can beat anyone on their day, even without Palmer, but they're as inconsistent as the other teams from 2nd to 11th. That 2nd to 11th point gap is insane, by the way. I think it's like 4 points. So, or even 3. So you could literally be 2nd and end up flipping 8th or something if you drop points. It's moving crazy. But anyway, guys, it's been a wonderful show. I've really enjoyed it so much. Hope you guys had a great time. I've had a great time. We've had Quest, we've had Anton, and we've had Ash answering all the questions, making some great content with us today. This stream is going to redirect you to MHF. So get you guys over there. Go over there and support our guys in watching their content. I'm pretty sure they're having some wonderful discussions as well. Also, make sure you are liking the stream. Make sure you share it out to people who haven't seen it yet. And remember to subscribe to the Football Terrace. I've had a wonderful day. I'm going to go now, have a late gym session with the wife. We're going to make sure we're in good shape for the summer because it starts now. You know what I'm saying? Starts now, people. If you've had a wonderful time, bless you. If you had a terrible time, then I beg you watch us more so you can enjoy us a little bit better. You know, sometimes you just need more of the content to get used to it. But until then, guys, enjoy your evenings. It's been a wonderful time.